Hello there. Welcome to the first of my instructional videos with Microsoft Excel. In this video session, I will be showing you how to create a professional, interactive report from raw data. I will be showing you how to import a text file into Microsoft Excel. In this lesson, I will show you how to import data from various file formats. I will show you how to import a text file and a comma-separated values or CSV file format. Once the file is imported, I will show you how to fix numbers, in case they are imported as text. I will show you how to use Microsoft Excel functions for that. With Microsoft Excel open, let's begin. Importing data. Choose Data from the menu bar. Then select from Text. The pop-up window shows you the location of your files. Select your text file to open, then select Get Data. This will bring you to a text import wizard, which is a three-stage process. The first screen shows the data in the current format. Select Next to get to the next screen, which gives you the options to select how the data is formatted. This can be a tab, or a colon, or a semicolon, or spaces, or any other delimiter not mentioned. Choose, or enter the applicable delimiter and select Next, to jump to the final screen. This screen wants you to tell Microsoft Excel how you want the columns of your data to be imported. Select each column, and choose the appropriate format for date, or text. Once you are happy, then select Finish. Microsoft Excel will ask you for the worksheet to import data to. This will be either to the existing worksheet, or to a new worksheet. Select Applicable Worksheet, and select OK to import data. Your data should now be imported. Fixing numeric values imported as text. In the Text Import Wizard window, Microsoft Excel does not provide any option to format numerical values, so numeric data may sometimes be imported as text. You can fix this with the use of Microsoft Excel functions, once the data has been imported. Use the number value function to convert text to numbers or values. Select any empty cell to the right of the table. The function can be initiated in one of two ways. Start with a equals sign, and start typing the word number. Microsoft Excel's predictive text will assist by showing you functions with the word number in them. Select the number value function by double-clicking on the function. The function wizard will guide you on the next step. Just follow the instructions. The other way to find the function is to select FX to the left of the formula bar. Search for the function in the pop-up window, and follow the instructions as above. All the numbers imported as text can now be converted to values. Copy and paste special, then values to the column you want to correct. The numbers, imported as text, has now been corrected and converted to values. Now let's move on to the next step of creating a table. Creating a table. Our data has now been imported, fixed and ready for the next step, formatting it into a table. On the menu bar, select Insert, then Table. Microsoft Excel automatically selects the data area or range to include in the table. Should this not be correct, adjust the range to include all the data. Once you are happy with the selection, select OK. If a pop-up alert window appears, you may cancel to fix the alert, or proceed if you are happy. In this case, select Yes to proceed. Your data is now formatted into a table. The reason for formatting our data into a table will become clear later. It is good practice to give your tables a name, especially if you happen to have many tables you are working with. Leaving generic names assigned by Microsoft Excel may make it difficult later, especially when you start working with multiple tables. Creating a pivot table. Pivot tables are Microsoft Excel tools that help manipulate data very easily. These tools are a way of creating dynamic, interactive reports that creates the ability to present different views of data. Let's create our first basic pivot table. Make sure the cursor is placed anywhere inside the table. You do not have to highlight the table. Once again select Insert from the menu bar. Then select Pivot Table. A Create Pivot Table pop-up window appears to help you through the creation process. If you have given your table a name, it will appear in the Selected Table Range text box. I would recommend to always put your pivot table in a different worksheet, but you also have an option to put it in the same worksheet. In this case, select New Worksheet, then select OK to finish. A new worksheet is created, and a pivot table report area is also created. I would also recommend that you give the pivot table a name, instead of leaving the assigned generic name. To the right is a Pivot Table Fields panel. This contains the table fields and elements used to create pivot table. Let's begin populating the pivot table. The pivot table fields contains the following elements: the field name, the filters section, the columns section, the rows section and the values section. The field name are the headings in the data. The filters can be used to apply filters to the data. The columns and the rows can be populated with any of the field names, and the values in most cases are numeric values. If, however, you were to place text data field in the values section, Microsoft Excel may count the number of text items and return a value at the answer. We can populate the report by dragging and dropping the field name to the columns or rows section. For example, drag and drop country from the field name to the rows section. A list from the data is generated in the pivot table area. Now, drag and drop the population field into the values section, and the values are generated for each country. Just like that, we have created a very basic pivot table, which shows the population values for each country. We can add a filter to our table by dragging and dropping the field, region, from the field name into the filter section. This filter field always appears at the top of the report. Your pivot table is completed. Well done! Remember to always save your work. See you next time. End of Lesson 1.